And who doesn't want to go to a five-star restaurant? Then I kind of tried to flip it. Okay, I was like thinking, okay, if I was a guy, would I want to take somebody to a five-star restaurant? And the answer was the question of the night. Do you think that women should be taken out to a five-star restaurant on the first date? Go.
No, hell no,
Not hell no. Okay.
hell no, fuck no, no, no. Is
No.
is a no for me. Is a no for me.
Can I get y'all yes and no's? I just want to see before he gives his explanation of why the hell no. What do y'all say? Do you say yes or do you say no? No. Okay. It doesn't matter. Okay. Hell to the no. Okay.
It doesn't matter. Okay. Shit.
So we got no's and it doesn't matter. Okay, go ahead. I'm listening. You're saying no. Why do you say hell no?
I mean, because in this day and age, from my experience, if you automatically do that right off the jump, the appreciation, I feel like the appreciation level just goes skyrockets out in the roof. You know what I mean? There's a stronger expectation there that this is what it needs to be. And then if you do go a little bit lower, then it's gonna be a problem. Not only that, if it's the first date, usually when I'm thinking about first date, I'm still trying to get to know this person. And I'm not gonna lie to you. Now I have went to five-star restaurants with females.
Okay.
And
First date?
first date.
Okay.
And when I've done that, usually I'm like, fuck, why did I do that? You know what I'm saying? Because they may be more in tune with the experience than actually you. That's one thing you got to worry about.
Right.
And then two, they may not even be worth that.
That's true too.
You know?
So when I initially saw the question, I was thinking, why not? Right? And who doesn't want to go to a five-star restaurant? Then I kind of tried to flip it. Okay, I was like thinking, okay, if I was a guy, would I want to take somebody to a five-star restaurant? And the answer was no, not because I don't know you, right? But then I'm thinking, as a woman, would I want to be taken to a five-star restaurant? And I'm thinking, yeah, I want to go to a five-star restaurant. Right? In all transparency. But then I had to kind of break it down. So that's what I did with this topic. Like, so I'm thinking, okay, five-star restaurants, your expectations thereafter would be very high. But if it's, it ain't tricking if you got it. If he took you to a five-star restaurant, he probably has it like that. But then I thought I would probably be more into the experience of the five-star restaurant than I would be in him. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking, first dates are for getting to know each other. First dates are for, talking and figuring out if there's something, if there's a spark, if there's some sort of potential there. You know what I mean? So I would say no too. But I don't know. I'm laughing because you said something about setting the expectations too high and then the next date, the person is disappointed. But like that whole lowered expectation thing, it just tickles me because I'm thinking, like, I'm not going to lower the expectations. I'm going to set the bar for the friendship. You know what I mean? Not lower the expectations so that the next date you're like, wow, this is a step up. So I'm just not going to do that. But I do understand not doing the 5-star. But, sometimes men want to put their best foot forward and they want to do the whole 5-star thing. Right?
Yeah. I know quite a bit of guys that want to do that. That do that.
Mm-hmm.
But then you can't complain what you get afterwards.
What you mean?
It's no different from the guy that I was telling you about that every time you turn around, when she gets an attitude, she doesn't give him none. Because she has high expectations.
Got it. But I think that's why it's important to get to know somebody.
Gucci bag. And that's why I think it's important that you go ahead and you don't take her to that expensive restaurant that's going to cost.
Not don't take her.
Don't take her.
I mean, I agree. And you could, an expensive restaurant easily could be $400 or $500.
Easy. You can literally, yeah. That's a whole situation. You heard me. That's a whole situation.
Sometimes, a lot of times,
yeah,
women think that pockets is deeper than the ocean sea. You know what I mean?
And you know what? Mercedes hit it on the nose. Like literally, I mean, I've been to those restaurants. Literally, all you're doing is just getting dressed.
Right.
And more so caught up with the surroundings of the restaurant,
Right. That's what I said. You're caught up in the experience of it and not necessarily the person that you're with.
And then when you get the meal, I mean, it's okay, but I mean, it's like the saucer is this big, like
yo. Well, a little tiny.
Yeah, you like I paid $100 for this little bit of shit. I'm still hungry. Like, what are we gonna do? Like,
right.
It's a whole.
And you walked up at McDonald's anyway because you're still hungry later on that night.
Yeah, it's a whole fucked up situation. You done went to McDonald's, Taco Bell, Popeyes, wherever it is you go.
You spent $500.
And you just sitting there like.
And nobody wants to say they're still hungry.
You get people sometimes so bold to where they do still say they still hungry.
Those are the ones that say,
I'm with D. Let's go
order a meal.
Let's go to the buffet. Well, I don't even like buffets no more because I seen the nastiest thing in a buffet. I mean, my man had his whole snot in the rice. I said, yeah.
Ew, that's disgusting.
And he just took his plate. You know how you had a hot plate? And just went to the next section and scooped up the food. I was like, I don't want to eat here. I don't want to eat here. Yeah, so like for me, buffets, that's rare. That's rare. Like unless it's the buffet to where like they serve you, and it's behind the
glass.
It's behind the counter, the glass.
Uh-huh.
Then that's cool. I could do that.
That's big.
But my man had his whole boogers in the rice.
Right?
You might as well call it booger rice.
I have a weak stomach. That is disgusting.
Yo, that was disgusting. That was disgusting.
But I just feel like, no, he shouldn't be obligated. I mean, if that's what he wants to do, but I always say the same thing. Don't do anything that you're not going to continue to do. If it's not like you to go to, I understand holidays and birthdays and stuff like that, but on a random, if you're not going to continue to do it, don't do it. Right? I mean, because if you do something and it's not in your personality to do it, I'm probably going to be looking for that. So
I'll go with that. I'll go with, yeah, you're probably going to be looking for that. But I believe that a person has the right to stop doing whatever they want to do. So,
Right, but it's not. It's probably not going to be beneficial for the relationship. If you buy now, I'm not a flowers girl. I don't like flowers. I feel like there's other stuff you can spend your money on rather than flowers. But if you start out for the whole first 2 months of your relationship and you're buying flowers every Friday, and you're like, oh my God, that is so wonderful. And then we get 6 months into the relationship and you all of a sudden stop buying flowers every Friday, somebody's going to be like, well, he didn't buy me flowers this week. Not like, where's my flowers? But you are going to be like, damn, he didn't. I guess he's like used to the relationship now. He didn't buy me flowers this week. You know what I mean? So it can raise a few questions. So I feel like if you just be yourself and you do what you would normally do, if every time you come in the house and you see me, you sweep me off my feet and give me the biggest hug ever, and that's who you are as a person, then that's what you should do. If that's not what you do, then don't do it. Because I'm going to be looking for you for real. You see what I'm saying? You're like, no, I don't see what you're saying. Just be yourself. You don't have to change.
I see what you're saying, but I don't see how that's. In my mind, I don't see how that's not being you. You know what I'm saying? If you choose, it may be that person to wear it 6 months. They like, all right, I'm gonna give you flowers for 6 months. That could be that person. That could be a pattern that they had, and they say, look, you have 6 months worth of flowers. I'm not gonna keep buying flowers.
Then that's who you are, and if you've had that conversation, then that's who you are. Listen,
you can't have a conversation about everything. Some conversations take time to happen.
No, I understand that, but what I'm saying,
approach me about it. Huh? Now, if you approach me about it and say, "Hey, listen, Blue, hold up, what's up, man? I haven't had flowers in a while." Then okay, yeah, we gonna have that conversation. I'm gonna be like, "Look, I mean, I thought it would be better to get you some stocks in Starbucks or something. Like, damn, like I thought we was over the flower thing."
I mean, you can't be like, damn, I thought we was over the flower thing. I know how delicate you are sometimes.
I'm not delicate. I'm not delicate.
That was called sarcasm. You're not delicate at all. You're like a bull in the china shop.
I'm going. You better have that S on your chest. You better have that S on your chest.
Well, I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying, be who you are. But a lot of times people show their representative, and that shit wears off after a while. And then the person is wondering who in the world they're with, and you're not with the same person because that's not who they were in the beginning. So that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's why I always say, I literally say, don't start nothing that you're not going to continue to do. If it's not you, matter of fact, I'll give you a good example.
Give me a good example.
So I was talking to this guy. This is recent. And we're getting to know each other. And he says, he's asking me all kinds of questions. And I'm answering them. And normally I don't answer a lot of questions because I'm thinking, if I answer a lot of questions, you'll become what I say. And I want you to be who you are. But I was answering some questions. And so I say, do you have any kids? And he says, yeah, I have kids. I said, oh, that's nice. Do you want any more? And he was like, oh, yeah. Like, I really want my boy. Like, I want my boy. And, I just want to be a dad and show him how to. Like, it was like a whole half an hour. Like, he was going in. I was like, oh, that is so sweet. And then I say, you just been friend zoned because I don't want any children. And he was like, no, why? And I'm like, listen, you was just a doting dad just 2 seconds ago. Like, you really want this little boy. You want to try for more children. I'm not going to stop your dreams. I'm being who I am. I'm telling you the truth. So I'm telling you, you are a dope individual. We gonna be good friends. But as far as anything else is concerned, I'm not gonna stop your dreams. And I'm not gonna lie to you and start a whole friendship relationship. And then we get to that point where you're like, I want more kids. And then it blows up in our face. Nope, you are a good friend. So now, every time I talk to him, I'm like, hey, friend. So that, for me, that's like a great example and very important of just being who you are up front.
Yeah, I definitely think, yeah, for sure. Honesty is the best policy, for sure. Either they're gonna take it or they're not. I'm a big advocate of no more kids. You know what I mean? Travel the world. Let's have fun.
Right.
Build a community or something. Like, I don't want to spend my years just taking care of kids. I don't want to do that, especially when they not gonna give a fuck about you anyway when they leave the crib. Right. They leave the crib. They trying to live their life and figure out what works for them. You know what I'm saying? So, that in itself, I mean, yeah, they cool when they small. They cool. When they can't say shit, they cool. But when they start walking and talking, that's a whole different type of situation.
I'll pass.
Yeah.
I'll pass. But so bottom line is, I think we both newborns. I think we both agree that a 5-star restaurant is not necessarily some place you should go on a first date. Do we agree?
Yeah, I think we did, because I mean, for me, it's a solid no. It's a solid no.
Under any circumstance,
it's a solid no. You said first date is a solid no, but if we work up to it, that's a whole different ball game. Then I know who I'm dealing with, and 9 times out of 10, like in this stage of the game, I'm not gonna do a 5-star restaurant unless it's D, because I know D can reciprocate it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not gonna deal with somebody who can't reciprocate that. If they can't reciprocate it,
or won't, can and won't,
or won't, because you have a lot of women now in 2022. They serial dating on a whole nother level.
Right.
They like, listen, if you don't take me here, I can't fucking date you. I can't date you. I can't go out with you. You don't take me here. And those, especially in my area, you got to run.
Right.
Most dudes don't run.
No, they take them out. They take them where they want to go. And then they be struggling to pay rent and mortgage, but they're spending all their money on her, hoping and wishing that she'll be like, you've done all this, here, let me help you. But that doesn't normally happen. That don't happen.
Well, they after that thing.
What thing?
That thing below the neck. They after all that. All that. That's it. It's no different from when
So I feel like, now don't judge me, but I feel like, I can't say it because it kind of relates to something else. But I just feel like that is a motivation for some men, but there's a lowered price on it because it's so readily available. I'll just say it like that. You get what I'm saying? Like back in the day, men used to do a lot. Now, they don't necessarily have to do a lot because it's being thrown around. So I feel like the value of it is a lot lower. And men are not necessarily doing all of that.
I don't know, man, because I think me and my pop-up was talking about this, and I asked him, why do women have such a strong perception of when he was growing up? And the biggest thing is, like, he said it's not too different from now. You got women that you didn't have to do a whole lot for to get some ass. My pop-up is a living testament to that. You know what I'm saying? So, I think
Right,
I don't want to get too into it because it's gonna get into my other topic.
right. That's why I stopped myself.
Yeah, I'm sitting here like, ooh, it's gonna get into my other topic because I want when we have that topic, I don't want people to like condition their natural responses. You see what I'm saying? Because yeah, just like you made that comment right there, like I'm sitting here like now I probably would agree with you, but from me asking more questions, I've noticed since my grandparents are getting upper in age, I asked them some questions that they haven't. I realized that they haven't even been asked, and I asked that question like, why do people think this and why do people think that? Especially women. Women have a lot of opinions about a lot of things on what a man should do and how a man should be.
Wait a minute.
Come on with it.
Hold on. What is wrong with that?
Nothing.
Okay, because I was going to say, for an individual, they know what it is that they want out of a relationship and out of a man. As a man has the right to also know what he wants from a particular woman. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Let me touch on this a little bit.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with what you're saying. You absolutely correct. And you will rarely hear me say that shit.
Did somebody record that?
Yeah. You're absolutely correct. So Blue Marvel can go on record of saying that there's some weak ass Negroes out here. There's some weak dudes out here. There's a lot of weak dudes out here. Like I feel like if there was a lot of guys that would take a stance of ownership on what it means to be a man, you wouldn't have so many opinions out there from the opposite sex on how to be a man. Give you an example. The guy that uses women's vehicle and driving it all around town and has no car, has a suspended license and dropping her off at work and doing whatever he doing. You know what I'm saying? Basic is not even a word because you don't have nothing. You don't even have two pennies to rub together. And you literally moving in with her because you have no place to go. Okay. You don't want to go into situations to where you don't want to live in your mother's basement. So you are putting yourself in a romantic relationship with this particular woman because you have no place to go.
There is a term for it. It's called hobosexual.
Okay. I'll just describe it because, again, I don't know what the hell that is.
Hobo.
But
you ever heard of the word hobo before?
I heard of hobo. I never heard of hobosexual. Like I've never.
Yeah, hobosexual is somebody who gets into relationships because they're a hobo and they need somewhere to go. Wow. A hobosexual.
Man, we come up with all kind of. All right. So, yes. So, that's a good example right there. So I feel like if there was more men taking stances with self-development, that's another thing too, a big thing. A lot of men are not investing into self-development. They're so caught up in chasing the ass, they're forgetting to develop themselves and be honest with women. You know what I'm saying? Be honest with women and say, hey, you know what? I know you want this time, but I can't give you this time because I have to go ahead and do XYZ for myself.
Right.
A lot of men are scared from what I have seen to say that, to take out the time, to put in that time because they feel like they're going to miss out on something. Or the ass not going to be there. Whatever. But you flip the script and you'll have the woman that says, look, I got to study. I'm about to get off the phone with you and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay.
You got a lot of men, believe it or not, behind closed doors, they're not talking about it, that's not doing that. They'll hold on to it because they trying to hold on to that pussy as long as possible. They scared to say, hey, yo, I wanted to hit you up a little bit later. I got this to do.
Or maybe they don't know that is what makes them attractive. You know what I mean? Somebody was about their business.
If you have the girlfriends talking about, well, your man worked too much. You have the girlfriends that say your man work too much and accusing that man of working too much or studying too much or whatever he's doing to develop himself to reach a goal. He could be trying to reach a goal that you don't know nothing about because maybe you didn't ask him. You know what I mean? And you're accusing him of possibly just fucking another broad or whatever the case may be. There's certain things that we just don't think about that I think we need to start taking a little bit more time and thinking about it.
Absolutely. I mean, I think I agree 100% with that. This is the second time tonight that we've agreed, but I do agree with that. But I also don't believe, and I heard you mention like sometimes your girlfriends might be saying that he's sleeping around because he works a lot or he's trying to build something for y'all. I also don't believe in letting a lot of people in your business and listening to foolishness, especially when they don't know what goes on in your particular relationship. You know what I mean? You need to explore things. Just because it is so for somebody or it may have been so for you doesn't make it so for me. He might actually, and because you're the one in the relationship, you know the person you're with. You might know that he's actually working because who knows? He might be trying to buy a house. He might be trying to propose. He might be trying to just do something for his life. And who are you to stop that? Both of you are building your lives up potentially to come together. So you can't just automatically be like, oh, he's cheating. You don't know what the situation is. And a relationship is also built on trust. So did you trust him before all of that? You know what I mean? It's really an individual thing. So I'm not an advocate for listen. Some stuff I don't even share with the closest of people to me because I'm like, why do people have to be in your business?